Is Spain's real estate market in a big bubble? Let's be real, the prices in the last 5 years went up crazy. We had a price increase of 10 to 20% per year. In the last 5 years, we have a price increase of 100% or even more on properties, especially in Torrevieja and in the Alicante region, or La Costa in Murcia. And everyone is asking the same question, is this even sustainable? Or are we about to witness a major correction in the market, and the bubble gonna pop off very soon? Today, I'm gonna break down the real data, and we're about to find out if we're getting wrecked or the price will keep rising in the near future. Let's start with the hard facts, because 2020, just before pandemic, you could buy a property here for 80 to 100,000 euros easily. And in the heads of all the people and clients who thought, or you can still buy a property here on the coast for that price, are totally wrong. Prices nowadays, after 5 years, are at 180, 190 or even 200,000 euros for the same property which we had like 5 years ago for 80 or 90,000 euros. Wages in Spain barely moved, inflation rising up, prices of property skyrocketed, and all this is a big question. So the real question is, who is actually buying all this real estate? And that leads us to section number 2, why prices keep rising so fast. And this price movement and this price move is led by 4 major forces here on the coast. First, international and foreign investors having a 60% market share of buying real estate here on the coast, which leads back to people from Canada, USA, Europe, and Ukraine and Russia. Number 2, short-term rental and Airbnb effect. People are investing their money into getting a big profit on their property investment, so you can expect up to 7% of real estate income renting out your property. So usually what you will earn in your own home country per month, you will earning here per week in July and August. And when investors keep buying property, the price movement and shift of the prices are going higher and higher. Property flippers and investors who are buying property cheap, renovating the property and then reselling it for a higher price is also a very common sense here nowadays in the market. And 4 is the very important point, is the Spanish economic growth is outcompeting all European countries and currently has a super booming economy, which is as well leading up the prices in the real estate market. See, things were very different back then when I started real estate here in Spain. It was 8 years ago and we had a big major problem. We had no clients and we had too much real estate. So we had to convince the clients in buying properties, and nowadays we have to convince the owners on selling their real estate to actually then sell fast the property. Times have changed in the last 10 years and changing completely different on the other direction. And obviously our company, and I'm showing you the real data because our company is a leading agency. I'm the CEO and partner in Alicante Real Estate, Alicante Holiday and Eco Blanco. We are renting out 250 properties. We have a sales volume of 50 million euros per year, so we're selling property for this amount of money. And we have real data and real price movements in the last few years. So since Spain's real estate market and the economy is booming in the last few years, investments are coming in, new jobs are created, but there's one major problem. And section number 3 is, the government wants to stop the hype. The government isn't happy what is happening here currently on the coast, because Spaniards and local people, they cannot afford anymore paying rent and paying the incredible high prices for real estate in comparison to the last 5 years. So they're putting different regulations into the system, into the market. For example, not giving licenses in specific areas. It's getting worse and more difficult to get a license, especially in Torrevieja and the Alicante region, but it's still possible because our company, we have lawyers and we are talking to them continuously and setting our company up for the new laws, and it's still possible to get a license even though it's more difficult in the current times. As well as they're talking and proposed 100% tax for non-European, non-community buyers like Canada, USA, Ukraine, Russia, and it's very important, they want to apply, then talk about it, to put 100% tax on the property purchase. Means if you're buying for 100,000 euros, you'll pay 100,000 euros in taxes. And this is absolutely crazy. And even though it was only in talk and proposed, people are already in fear in investing into property here in Spain. And I'm seeing it in comments on our TikTok channel because we have more than 100,000 followers in between the channels. And people are commenting that they are afraid in investing and that the regulations are getting worse. So only the information that came up on the market already suffering a little bit from that. And people are in fear in buying. And this will be massive. If this shift and the law will be taken, the prices could drop overnight tremendously. Just the fear caused already some panic in investors, but if this shifts on, prices could drop within a day. Furthermore, rental prices caps and tenant protection, as the government is too involved in protecting their tenants, foreign investors and local investors are afraid of investing into properties more and more because they are afraid of getting okupas or people who aren't paying their rent, and it's difficult to get them out of the house afterwards. Basically, people from Germany and France and from Canada, the first question they're asking is, like mostly, it's about the okupas. Or even if it's not the first question, it may be one of the questions in the future. So if you're speaking to a client during the process of selling a house, you will 100% as an agent get this question, what about the okupas here on the coast? And we had some good news because the government decided that you can take off these okupas within 48 hours, and the proposal went through. But it's still difficult to get them out, and investors are still afraid of investing. And that leads us to number 4, red flags and signs of a bubble here on the coast. See, there are some major forces and some signs of a bubble that is actually occurring here on the coast. Is first, the prices are going up way too fast and wages aren't adapting into the new price realities. Most investors are buying purely on speculation, on hype, hoping the property price will go up endlessly and in the future. Because most real estate agents, let's be true, you will see, they say, prices are going up, it will only go up, and it's a good time to buy. If you're following our channel, our agency channel, Alicante Real Estate, you will see that we actually made a price breakdown every time what is happening currently on the market. And I said in 2020 or 2021, when we actually started the channel, that we are about to get a major boom of real estate here on the coast because we had the pandemic and a lot of people came to Spain after the pandemic. And this has mostly do actually with the prices. We had cheap prices back then and people wanted to invest because there were major fear of inflation and people were just investing into our country. Furthermore, overbuilding is happening right now and it could probably lead to oversupply and too much properties in certain areas because they're currently buying off, but what will happen and who will live there in the next 5 years? And what will happen actually to the building market, because if they issued so many licenses and we are almost at the 2007-2008 peak of issued licenses in the last year. And this data you can just easily Google because this is actually real data and you can just take it off from the internet. So if demand drops even a little, if interest rates keep raising, and if foreign investment interest of foreign investors will drop, we will see a major price fall and correction within a very short time. So here's the hard truth. The Spanish real estate market will not crash tomorrow, but is indeed overheated. And as long as foreign investors and foreign money is keeping the market sustainable, the market will not crash. But this will only last until government regulations will not lift off the market, as for example with 100% taxes on foreign buyers for non-European buyers, and as long as rentals be allowed here in the area for investors. Don't go with the hype. Be strategic if you're an investor and if you want to buy a property here in Spain or you're looking into it to relocate someday. Choose the right agents, take a look with who you're buying, and we really recommend you take a look at our website and actually have a talk with our agents because they are taught. I'm talking to them daily to actually offer our investors, and no one ever complained that they bought overpriced because our markets and well, our real estate and our properties, we are negotiating as much as possible. So in case the market drops, you're not losing as much money as you will buy on hype on any other place. I'm not telling you that everyone is bad, but you have to keep an eye on it and choose the right agents with who you are buying a property. So be strategic, and the question is up to you. Are you a strategic investor or you're just following the hype? Our company has real data from the last 5 years. We're actually, or even from the last 10 years, we have specific areas where it's good to actually buy a property and rent out. We're not, because we have 250 properties renting out exclusively, our company, and we are selling a lot of properties per year. So it's about 120 to 150 properties, as I said, 50 million euros in volume, transaction volume. So, and we know the markets and we know the knowledge, and now I opened my own channel, so follow me, and the next videos will be very interesting. We will be talking more about bad actors, and we will be talking more about the Spanish market, economic growth and economy in Spain, and we'll be doing very interesting videos about castles, very interesting properties. So just stay tuned, follow my channel, like this video. If you have any comments, you can leave them. So see you soon.